in the month of December. In the month of December, so sometimes in between the participant may forget a lot of things. So this is one of the disadvantages of your annual system. So as a result of that, the authority, they have decided that, why not the entire system to be divided into two parts, semester system, 6 months in a semester, odd semester and even semester. So sometimes that, you have studied in the month of January, and the same thing will be evaluated in the month of June, July, kind of things. So similar, this is one disadvantages. Similarly, it has got certain advantages and many disadvantages and advantages. So after that particular annual system to semester system, that we have converted to that, kind of traditional approach to competency-based approach. Curriculum. The competency-based approach talks about that. I'll be showing one sample approach of competency-based approach, that you need to identify that what are the different competencies the student will be having after passing it out from a major field of study. Based on the identified competency only, you just identify the knowledge and skill that will be requiring. Okay, and based on that particular thing, you just develop your curriculum. Okay, that is called the traditional approach to competency-based approach of curriculum. I'll be showing one sample curriculum. The introduction of impact system, that flexibility in terms of entering and also exiting from the system, that was also introduced even in our present NEP 2020. We are talking about that, impact system. The impact system, that that even long back, that impact system was introduced in polytechnic education system, which talks about that, depending upon the student prior learning, the student can enter that system at any point of time. Understand? At any point in the timeline, and also they can also exit depending upon their capability from the timeline itself. That is called the impact system, multi-point entry impact system. Competency-based curriculum has already been talked about. That I'll be showing one sample, document for that. Outcome-based curriculum is, we are talking about that as a part of your outcome-based education. Outcome-based curriculum, that based not only that, subject requirement, only that, based on that outcome from that curriculum, we will be talking about that. And based on that outcome itself, that curriculum has to be developed in a backward form. Okay, or backward manner. Okay, not the subject, what the subject they will be talking about, subject they will be, what the things that will be described in the subject. Based on the outcome only, that entire things have to be developed, as a part of your outcome-based curriculum. Now, curriculum versus syllabus. Curriculum is a kind of document, entire document, and syllabus is a small part of it. You understand that, for example, one particular subject like mechanical engineering, the entire things will be available in the curriculum itself, that in aims and objective, then semester, all 6 semester, and sequence of subject, and for each subject the detailed content, then reference books and all that for all the subjects, and then also the laboratory requirement and all that everything will be there in the curriculum. But you take just one subject, for example, maybe the strength of material. You take one subject, okay, and you just refer to that particular subject, and it contents that may be considered as a syllabus, and the syllabus may be available to the respective teacher or may be available to the respective student. Okay, that is called the curriculum, and that is called the difference between the curriculum and also the syllabus. And next one is called the curriculum and also the instruction. Curriculum and instruction is very important aspect. Curriculum to be converted in terms of instruction for getting the desired result. Okay, so as a result of that, we used to say that curriculum as a ends and instruction as a means. Curriculum as a ends and instruction as a means. So unless and until you select that appropriate level of instruction, so it is not possible to convert the curriculum into desirable one or into its expected result. Okay, so the result of the curriculum and instruction to be considered as instruction and as curriculum ends and instruction as a means. Now, different phases in developing the curriculum that, let me talk about that. Being a subject teacher or being a professor or faculty member, you should know that, what are the different stages in curriculum division and development is there. You have to understand, and based on the which that curriculum to be, you have to involve in curriculum division and development. For example, that I am not the subject matter in the field of viticulture and cosmetology, one diploma curriculum in the northeastern part of the country. But I am coordinating the entire things because of the fact that I know that what are the different steps that to be followed for curriculum development. I am not the subject matter in the field of agricultural engineering, but I know that what are the steps to be followed. Understand? So if you do not know that particular steps, you cannot really contribute for developing or revising the curriculum. So as a matter of that, you have to understand that what are the different stages for in developing curriculum, that any curriculum you can coordinate, but for the contribution of the content or for contributing the content itself, that you need to take that appropriate subject expert. Otherwise, you cannot really, develop the curriculum. Now, first one is called the preparation phase. If we talk about the, first phase of curriculum development is called the preparation phase. Preparation phase, that there are a lot of subcomponents are there. Student input, who will be the taker of the curriculum, who will be the taker of the curriculum. Job description, after passing it out, what the student are expected to do, expected to involve in different job related to different industries or related industry. That information or the description has to be collected from the different industries. Then task analysis, based on the job, that that job may be divided into various tasks, specific tasks. That task analysis are also to be completed as a part of your job description or after completion of the job description. And based on that student input, job description and task analysis, that you have to complete the course objective, or you have to identify the course objectives. After that, you have to proceed to the second phase of curriculum development, is called the core phase, is called the development phase. That in that phase, that you have to involve yourself for outlining the syllabus. You have to outline the syllabus, that these are the rough syllabus that we have to follow, but without having any kind of sequence initially, without having any kind of sequence. There's outline this subject to be studied for graduation of this particular specialization of graduation and for this particular diploma courses. There is no sequence for that initially. So after that, you'll have to do the sequence of the subject. Sequence of the subject. First year, what are the different subjects to be studied? Second year, what are the different subjects to be studied? Both theoretical and practical and all that. And finally, what are the subjects to be studied, including the elective subject. So sequence of that particular subject are to be done, and sequence of the topic also. Sequence of the topic. For example, take one particular subject. For example, communication English. The communication in English, the topics, maybe for example, topics for example, for communication in English, the introductory topics may be covered in the very beginning, and maybe the depth level topics may be covered at the end part of that particular semester. Okay, so maybe the last chapter or something like that. So that you'll have to keep in mind the sequence of the topic. Select the content, that content to be developed for each of the subject. or content to be identified for each of the subject. Select the learning material. The learning materials are to be selected. Learning materials are to be selected. At what kind of learning material? Compare the plan for teaching and prepare the resource material. Prepare the resource material and also suggest the resource material and try out the curriculum. Sometimes they select the learning materials means that some of the subject you can prepare your own learning material, or you can suggest some of the learning material from the internet. Most of the cases the teachers are supposed to prepare their own learning material. For example, that the learning material that will be given during the course for this HTTP program, and that is basically in the form of a Word or in the form of a PPT will be given. That is the learning material we have developed on our own. Okay, similarly, for your own subject, what kind of learning material sometimes you can develop on your own and you can distribute to your student. Complete plans for teaching. Okay, you prepare your plan for how we can teach that particular subject. Prepare resource material. Different resource material you can subject, resource textbook and reference books, and finally you can decide that your curriculum is ready. You can implement the curriculum or you can administer the curriculum. But before administering the curriculum, you will have to validate it. You will have to validate the curriculum. Who will validate the curriculum? Curriculum to be validated by the respective student, respective faculty members, and also sometimes from the student, from the industry side. Okay. So this is called the second stage. Third stage is called the improvement phase. Examine the feedback, compare the performance with the objectives, compare with the performance with the job, revise and try out. Examine the feedback. Feedback examine means that collect the feedback from the users. Users mean the student, those who will be working from after passing it out from your college. Examine their performance. What is the level of the performance in the job situation, and compare the performance with the job performance in the job job situation. What is the performance on, and also finally, if the performance is up to the mark, that's fine. If the performance is not up to the mark, definitely try to revise the curriculum. And it will be a continuous process. Constantly you'll have to revise the curriculum after collecting the feedback from the student, stakeholders, other stakeholders like industries and others. Elements of a curriculum. A good curriculum is having a lot of component, a statement of aims and objective, manifest certain pattern of teaching, learning, and evaluation. Statement of aims and objective means that after passing it out, what the student will be able to do. For example, this curriculum is basically aiming that after passing it out, student will be able to engage in such and such work. Okay, will be able to engage in different related industry as a supervisor or maybe as a technician or in a junior engineer or maybe the maintenance engineer or something like that. Or maybe the student will be engaged as an entrepreneur kind of things. You'll have to mention that particular thing in the curriculum itself. Manifest certain pattern of teaching, learning, and evaluation scheme. Certain pattern of teaching, learning, and evaluation scheme. Semester wise, you will have two component. For each semester, it has got two component. One is called the teaching scheme, and another is called the evaluation scheme. So in the teaching scheme, you'll have to mention that what will be the distribution of LTP, lecture, tutorial, and practical, and also in the evaluation scheme, both theory and practical, how you are going to evaluate it, both in term examination and also the comprehensive evaluation or continuous evaluation. Selection and organization of the content, that is also very important, that you'll have to think is that how the content are to be selected and how the content are being organized. Okay, what is the sequence for each subject? That is also very important, that you'll have to think about that for each of the subject. Okay, chapter wise or module wise kind of things, how the content are being sequenced or organized or arranged. Program of evaluation, how we are going to evaluate it. List of both reference book and textbook. List of equipment, for how many laboratories will be there, you'll have to suggest, or for subject wise, and also For laboratory wise, how many equipments we or know what will be the requirements that you'll have to suggest. And finally, the specification table. The specification table is also very important aspect that you'll have to keep in mind, which will be helpful for framing the question for a particular subject. For a particular subject topic, you will have to mention the topic and what will be the weightage in terms of the knowledge, comprehension, and application. Okay. For topic wise, what will be the weightage, and based on that weightage, you'll have to select the question. This is called the specification table. If for all the subject you can develop the specification table, that will be a good exercise, and that will be good information to the question setter. This is one example of a specification table. On this side is called the chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. Chapter name and what is the total hour and what is the marks distribution. Marks, for example, total marks is maybe 70, and the 70 marks, how the different components are being distributed in terms of knowledge, comprehension, and application. Similarly, all the chapters in that way, you have to fill it up. It should be a particular table. That particular table is known as the specification table. And this is one filled in specification table for SSC level examination. They have mentioned the categorized not only knowledge, comprehension, application, knowledge, understanding, application, and skill. Instead of comprehension, they have mentioned the understanding and application, and finally the skill portion. And both the subject they have mentioned. This science 1, 26 and science 2, 14 in terms of knowledge. Skill is altogether less total for this particular science subject. Science subject particular maybe the mathematics subject skill portion is 9 and 3. Application portion is 13 and 7. Understanding portion is 17 and 11. And altogether it should be the 100%. So in that way, in your particular subject, you have to develop this particular specification in the form of this particular table. Okay, that will be very handy information for framing the question. For example, for knowledge portion, that here, that in according to this particular table, it is expected that maximum question should be there from this particular understanding level. Maximum question should be there from the understanding level. Less question should be there from the skill level, and also the another maximum percentage of questions should be there in the understanding knowledge level also. Factors influencing the curriculum. Now, curriculum, sometimes it has been said that curriculum, even AICTE curriculum has been designed very meticulously, but the still curriculum results are not being achieved, and we are facing a lot of problems in achieving the curriculum. Now, what are the different factors which will help you, or which will create a problem for, kind of not implementing the curriculum in a better way or in a particular way? Now, first one is called the teachers. The teachers, the student, the teaching methods, and also the organization, the purpose of education, and also education, evaluation scheme or evaluation methodology. These are called 6 different influential factors which will determine how beautifully the curriculum are to be evaluated. Okay, how beautifully the curriculum are to be evaluated. The teacher, for example, the curriculum are being developed or revised from time to time in a meticulous manner, but your teachers are not being trained from time to time. Curriculum is something, but teachers they are dealing with something else, so that is not mismatching. So that's why the curriculum will not give you the desired result. Okay, that is one of the important factor that you will have to give. So as a result of that, that side by side, along with the curriculum revision and development, the teacher are to be trained from time to time. The student that what will be the student quality, those will be taking that particular curriculum. For example, that we have certain kind of objection from some of the northeastern state that sir, curriculum is very good, but student quality is not up to the mark. So as a result of that, we'll have to think about that for whom their curriculum is being designed. Okay, whether their quality is up to the mark or not. Okay, so that is the very important aspect that you'll have to keep in mind, the student. Teaching methods and organization. This is also another aspect, that teaching methods and organization. That how the teaching learning process are being implemented for better and effective implementing the curriculum or implementing the subject itself. In, for example, the traditional teaching learning methodology like chalk and board methodology is being always implemented or always being followed. But in today's scenario, we are talking about a lot of modern teaching learning methods are being suggested and used for proper propagation of teaching learning methods. So you'll have to think about that. Okay, teaching learning methods and its organization. The purpose of education. The purpose of education, what is the purpose of education? Ultimate education, whether we'll have to develop a good engineer, or we'll have to develop a good human being, or we'll have to develop a good research and developer, or what is the purpose of education, depending upon that, curriculum have to be, implemented. And finally, evaluation. Evaluation means that, curriculum is very good, but evaluation, if it is not being done properly, so curriculum will not give you the result. For example, that everything is being done properly, but during the final evaluation or summative evaluation, it has been observed that the curriculum, there is no evaluation mechanism at all. Even there is no invigilation mechanism at all. Understand? Students are giving or appearing in the examination without having any kind of invigilation process. Okay, an open book type of question. Okay, so as a result of that, whether they have learned or they have not learned, you cannot really evaluate it. So you'll have to devise some kind of appropriate evaluation mechanism for that particular purpose. You'll have to develop that in appropriate evaluation mechanism for that particular purpose. Suggested strategy in designing or revising the curriculum. Some of the lot of strategies, a lot of methodologies are being suggested for revising and developing curriculum. Some of the strategy or even methodology are being mentioned over here. Some of the suggestions be even mentioned over here. Identification of potential areas for gainful employment of technician engineers. So this is the, initially you have to decide that if new courses have to be opened, so what will be the area? So depending upon the potential areas, that some job opportunities are there, you'll have to take a decision. Identification of activity profile of the technician engineers in different functional areas. Potential activities, identification of activity profile for the technician engineers, you'll have to think about it. Arriving at the competency profile based on the component. Employment opportunities comprising knowledge, skill, and attitude required by the technician engineers to perform the various activities. You'll have to identify that to become a polytechnic pass out for a particular subject. What will be the combination of knowledge, skill, and attitude will be requiring. As a result of that, you'll have to identify it. Okay, knowledge, skill, and attitude. Deriving the curriculum areas from the competency profile, including such areas which are required to understand and specific technology and vocational courses. Deriving curriculum areas based on the competency profile, that including which are required to understand specific technology or vocational courses. Preparation of detailed content in line with competencies to be developed. Preparation of study and evaluation scheme for implementing the programs. Last one is called the working out the resources that will be requiring for implementing the curricula, because resources mean the physical resources, human resources, or information, and also the financial resources, according to the norms and standard laid down by the AICTE for effective implementation of the curriculum. So these are the some of the suggested strategy in designing and revising the curriculum, as we talked about. interdisciplinary skill or soft skill, as we are talking about that, particularly the interdisciplinary skill, irrespective of the branch or specialized the student are supposed to develop it. Understand? They develop certain interdisciplinary skill, and as a result of that, some students are taking certain interdisciplinary subject as elective subject. Now, some of the interdisciplinary or soft skills are like the problem solving skills, innovative and also the creative abilities, related skills, technical background, and also understanding of mathematics and the basic science skills, proficiency in analysis, synthesis, modeling, and also simulation kind of things, communication skill, capacity to learn and keep learning, that is called the lifelong learning or learning to learn capabilities, ability to technological assessment, adaptation, and or gradation, and also the transfer kind of things from the student side through the teaching learning process, capacity to work in interdisciplinary areas. So these are the some of the few dimensions of the interdisciplinary skills that we will be talking about, that the student will develop respective the branch of specialization. Now here the same thing, curriculum revision and development process being represented in the form of a block diagram. So upper side is called that, two upper side is called that two sources. One is called the industry side, and another is called that kind of academic side. Okay, input from the industry, at the same time input from the from the academic. Understand? Based on the input from the academic side and also that industry side, that job functions are to be derived. Job functions are to be derived. Okay, and after deriving the job function, identification of the competencies for each job functions will be essential and will be done. Okay, so after identifying the competencies for each job function, then we'll have to classify the generic and also the technical skill. There's some of the skills that may be considered the generic skill. Some of the skills may be considered the generic skill. Now, after that, you'll have to identify the skills that can be developed through theoretical study or theoretical instruction, and now some of the skills that can be developed through laboratory instruction. Okay, so these are the things that you'll have to identify, and after that, you develop the program structure. This program structure means that if it is a semester pattern, you'll have to develop the semester pattern. If it is something else, you'll have to develop based on that particular based on particular requirement. Then after developing the program structure, detail out the contents for theory, and after that detail out content for the practical, for the for the laboratory contents for the theoretical, for the total program, and prepare the appropriate instruction and material for both the kind of theory at the same time, practical one, and try out for implementing the curriculum, and also collect the feedback from the student, teachers, industry, or maybe the some other stakeholders, and try to revise the curriculum from time to time. So this is called the schematic diagram for developing the curriculum or revising the curriculum, has been mentioned earlier. Some suggestions for curriculum revision and development process. Since NITPLTR Kolkata, we are is one of the important activity of NITPLTR is to revise and develop curriculum from time to time as per the demand from the clientele state or clientele. So sometimes we develop certain kind of expertise in developing the curriculum and revising the curriculum. From that particular aspect, we are talking about that these are the some of the suggestions if you want to become a curriculum expert, curriculum development expert. Sometimes these are the some of the useful information for all of you. Develop the data bank of expertise, discipline specific, validation of curriculum documents, interlink industry student interaction, inclusion of computer education, environmental and entrepreneurship education to be integrated, development of life skill, professional practice, and also if possible introduction of flexibility in the form of a impact system as per the demand by the client. Data bank for expertise means that, for example, one particular curriculum is being developed, you do not have any local data or local expertise, understand? In that case, you'll have to search that relevant expertise either for locally or maybe then nationally. Or you'll have to take them for developing their content. For example, one curriculum we are developing packaging technology. So entire things we have taken help from the one institute is called the Institute of Packaging Technology, Salt Lake, Calcutta. So we have noted all the related information to all the expertise, and when required, we have contacted with them. Understand? So that is very essential for some of the non-traditional subject data bank for expertise. Validation of the curriculum of the document, before final implementing it, you'll have to validate it, and you'll have to validate by involving various stakeholders or by integrating various stakeholders, student, then faculty member, then industries and all that. Industry-institute interaction means that different industries are to be integrated or to be involved in the curriculum implementation process. What are the different areas where the industries may be involved? You can invite the industries in taking certain classes. You can invite the industries in what I say that in giving certain seminars, seminar talks. You can invite industry in as a part of your alumni activity. So for some other workshop or seminars kind of things, you can in various way you can invite the industry personnel in your teaching learning process, and that will be beneficial for all of you. Inclusion of computer education is a mandatory practice. Fundamentals of IT or fundamentals of computers may be considered as a critical part of any curriculum, technical curriculum, irrespective of the branch of specialization. Similarly, environmental or the entrepreneurship education is also the common part of any technical curriculum, irrespective of the branch of specialization. Development of life skill and professional practice is also two components. Earlier time it was introduced, but still within modern curriculum, that sort of things are still there. Development of life skill and also professional practice. Flexibility is there as per the requirement of the states. If they want that curriculum to be developed based on the flexibility, a multi-point entry and credit system, that curriculum to be developed based on that. There are different approaches in curriculum revision process. One such process is popularly known as CIPP, context, input, process, and product. And this particular model is appropriate to ensure the feedback in respect of each component, identify the gap, and also to take decision for bringing about the modification. What is the context based on which the curriculum is being revised? What is the input side? What is the process that you followed, and what is the ultimate result? So each of the component you try to collect feedback and accordingly try to improve, and finally go on developing the curriculum. That is called the CIPP model: context, input, process, and model. Context, input, process, and product. This is one very good information so where the technical curriculum is is concerned. What should be the percentage of theory and what should be the percentage of practical component for each of the level of education, technical education, that is being depicted over here. For example, this side, if you talk about the theoretical percentage, this side is called the practical percentage. And this is called the different job positions, and these are called the different occupations. Okay, these are called the different occupations, these are called the different job position. Like operating an operator, then checking, then inspecting, inspector, drafting, draftman, supervising, supervisor, planner, then organizer, directing, director, evaluator, developer, innovating or designing, research, and managing or manager. So you'll find out that this particular portion, like for example, designing, research, and managing portion, the theoretical component is maximum rather than the practical component. Whereas in case of operating or the checking kind of things, whether the maximum portion is a practical portion, whereas the theoretical portion is very less, and the practical portion is maximum, just opposite to that particular side. But here in between, you'll find out that more or less 50-50 side in the engineering technician. Yes, somebody has read the point. Lal Babu Singh. Any questions, sir? Somebody has read the point. Lal Babu Singh. Any question? Okay. I was talking about this particular site. Or for a diploma holder, or maybe that's slightly for the degree holders, where the practical portion is 50 and theoretical portion more or less 50-50 percentage, or 60-40. 60-40 means that in case of degree, 60 is theory and 40 is practical. And in case of diploma, degrees, the theoretical portion is 40, and also practical portion is 60. Okay, so this is very important, that thumb rule you can say that for developing the curriculum in various level of technical education. Yes, as per the ICT, the different subjects categories are there. Their percentages are there, you'll have to follow that, For example, the general studies are there, maximum 10%. Applied science, maximum 15%. Basic engineering and technology, like workshop practice, drawing, etc. Strength of material, etc. This 30%, and applied engineering and technology is called the 55%, and the core subject is called the 55%. Specialized or elective subject is called again maximum 10%. So this is called the diploma level subject, and in case of degree, their percentage may differ slightly. Okay, so when you'll be developing a curriculum, that sort of things to be cross-checked based on this particular information. Total institutional hours, 40 hours per week, 8 hours per day, 5 days per week is 40 hours. Student contact hour is 33 or 36 hours. And for library study purpose and other things is the 40. So why I am describing, showing that sort of information for developing the curriculum, that sort of information will be required. As a result of that, you have to decide that what will be the time period per week, and what should be the duration of each class. And the different category of subjects are there based on the MPEG system. Based on the MPEG system, the subjects categories are like that, foundation course, hardcore course, then shortcore course, basic technology course, applied technology course, and elective courses. I'll be showing one example of what are the different foundation course, hardcore course, and software course based on the MPEG system we have developed. Employability, a setup. Now after passing it, after passing from the particular college, the student will be employable. Sometimes that you not to give them employment, because employment is not under your control, understand, but you have to develop your student employable, or employability aspect is to be taken care by the respective organization. Whatever the little jobs opportunities will be available, the student will be able to take that particular job. So that should be considered as employability, or your student should be employable. A set of achievement, skill, understanding of the personal attributes that individuals more likely to gain employment and to be successful in their chosen occupation, that is called the employability. This is called that some of the scheme of studies semester wise. For example, this is one semester. This is one semester, semester 1. This is called the different subjects, subject 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that. And of course, the have to think is that per semester there should be certain minimum and there should be certain maximum number of subjects. And contact hour per week is being described here, LTP. LTP means the lecture, tutorial, and practice. And this is called the study scheme, and also this is called the evaluation scheme. Evaluation scheme has got two components: evaluation for the theory, evaluation for practical subject. And theory to both the interim examination, and practical is also both interim examination. Internal assessment, class test and assignment, and also internal assessment for sessional and also the viva. And finally, total marks and sum of the curriculum. Also, another column is the total credits. So depending upon that LTP distribution, you can also convert in terms of the credit along with the marks. A characteristics of a good curriculum. A good curriculum should be unified, flexible, able to utilize all available resources, provide for the effective realization both breadth and depth of the study. Now, question is that what is the basic difference between the curriculum of the same subject, name same subject. For example, civil in diploma courses, civil in mechanic, degree courses. What is the basic difference? The basic difference is called the breadth and depth. Now, one is 8th semester, another is called the 6th semester, another is called the for content wise that more depth content is being covered in degree courses, less content is being covered in the diploma courses. So breadth and depth wise, it is the difference for degree and diploma for the same subject. These are the some of the evaluation for curriculum, program evaluation and material evaluation. This is the Taylor's model of input, that CIPP model, context, input, product and process. CIPP Taylor model I have already mentioned. These are the some of the things I think I need not to describe. This is related to some specific subject, mechatronics. Finally, curriculum, no matter how good it is, it will not translate into academic excellence for the institute if the person implementing it lack of passions for excellence and for infrastructure available, it's substandard. So that is the thing. If the curriculum is being developed, but there is no passion for implementing it, or that you cannot have the desired result out of it. At the same time, the resources you are talking about that which will be required for implementing the curriculum is substandard. You cannot get the desired result. So with this, thank you. Let's have a break for 10 minutes. Again, I'll be there. After 10 minutes, I'll be there. I'll be showing some other curriculum, sample curriculum also. Please do not go away.
Good afternoon all. Till Professor Noskar comes back, if you have any doubt, query, you may ask me right now. Any query? And what I have done, like you have been asking for all the links related to this course. So you have, I think you will receive one more mail containing a single link where all related materials of this course is available. Okay, so please check that. There will be a Google site, and in that Google site, you'll be getting all related things for this particular program. Let me share you. So this is the website link, Google site. So if you visit here, everything will be available. The schedule, quiz, attendance, Zoom link, Telegram channel link, course materials. If you have any query, you can post here also. Assignment, registered candidate list still yet to upload, and announcement also. If we are having any announcement, we'll post here. Okay. And the attendance link is same. Quiz link is same. Please edit it. Jumpati madam, I have unmuted yourself so you can talk.
Yes, sir. That was the question. Do I have to edit the response?
Yes.
the
For
next
all
submission?
Google links, you have to edit the response.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Otherwise, what happens that people will submit from different email IDs, right? So it will be a problem for us to combine all these things.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So any more
Sir,
questions?
at what time we should, sir, at what time exactly we have to do assignments and attendance link, because it keeps changing. Actually, I was opening
As I
this
said,
link.
attendance link will open just after the particular session. Okay. As well as quiz link also will open just after the session. So today is day one. So we are trying to understand, get accustomed with the things. So that is why I'm giving little bit extra time. But from tomorrow onward, just after that, your session is over, you have to go for the attendance as well as quiz submission. Okay, for first half, you'll be getting from 1 o'clock to 1:30, and for the second half, you'll be getting 4:30 to 5. In between these two time slots, you have to go for your attendance as well as assignment. Okay.
Sir, there is some list of candidate in this shared link. In the drive, there is showing the list of registered candidates, and there are very few candidates there, and my name is not there, but file created
What
date
I
is
said,
showing
the
October
list of candidates
2020.
is not updated. I just told you. Okay, it is not updated. So you will not see any name. So how you are getting the names, I don't know.
Sir, I have clicked on the slides. In the material portion, there is a link for slide, and in this slide, there are day 1 to day 6, 7 materials, as well as one Excel sheet or Google sheet. In that sheet, there is a list of candidates registered for course. Yeah,
Where
this
is
one,
it?
sir.
Can you please tell me so that I will modify? Here in the schedule.
Sir, in this course material, sir.
Course materials, then?
Course material. Yes, sir. The slide/ebook link. Yes, sir. On this
here.
one.
Okay, I'll modify it.
When we
So
click on this one.
like it was the earlier link. So it is not updated so far. So it will be updated soon. Any more question?
Attendance means attendance can be given once, sir, either for session 1 or session 2.
Yes. Today I'm allowing for like both the session. But from tomorrow onward, you have to you'll be like able to put your attendance 2 times in a day. For session 1 o'clock to 1:30, or maybe a little bit early I can open it. And for the session 2, 4:30 to 5 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, is that clear? And in this website, you'll be getting all the related links, announcement, everything. So here you have just have to click here, see schedule is there. The tentative schedule, which I have already mailed to you all. And this link of this particular website is also mailed. Here is the announcement page. So if we are having certain announcement related to anything, we'll just post here in this announcement board. And that assignment yet to come, I have not given any assignment so far. And then there will be list of registered candidate yet to come. Then your quiz link, if you click, it will open. See, it is showing that you have already submitted. As I said, that you have to edit your response whenever you want to submit the next quiz. And right now, pre-test and quiz 1 is on. Rest of the quiz is not on. Even if you click, it will not show you anything. And then attendance link. And here in the attendance link, you will also see similar options. And then Zoom meeting link, if you click here, it will directly take you to the Zoom meeting. From here, you can join. Telegram broadcast, if you click here, it will take you to your Telegram app. And then course materials, if you want to access lecture materials, other resources, and there will be a drive link here in this folder. You have to access it time to time to see what is uploaded here. Okay. So, and then there will be one more link, that query link. Okay. So here we have a question and answer link. Okay. So these are the things which we have. Okay. So I hope it is clear now.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, you have already mailed us the link of the that you have already showing, right, sir? I didn't receive the mail, so I just asking.
It's okay. You'll get it after some time. So
Okay, okay,
not
sir.
I have sent it was sent from another email of our institute. So you'll just receive it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just copy this link. Okay.
Can
I'm
you
posting in the chat box.
chat box? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then we'll be fine.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
sir.
already posted several times. So again, let me post it. And please try to join the Telegram group, those who are computer savvy.
Yes,
So
I've joined, sir.
okay. So I have posted it. You can check. Thank you. And participants, please do not start recording and waste your space, because I'm uploading all these things in the YouTube directly, and that link will be shared so that you can rewatch later on. Okay, so that YouTube link will be shared.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the link you just sent, when I try to feed in the attendance, it shows the response has already been submitted. So how do I again send my attendance for the second session?
Second session is yet to open. What I mentioned, madam, please listen carefully. After the end of the session, attendance link will be active. So is the
Okay, sir.
session over?
No, sir, because in the chat box, there's a lot of confusion. So I got confused as well.
Please listen to me as well, right? So what
Yes,
I'm saying again and again. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, then we can continue.
Yes, sir.
So in the afternoon session, I was talking about certain aspect of competency-based curriculum. So let me share with a sample copy of such curriculum that we have developed, certain unorganized sector. That how the approach was, integrated for developing such curriculum as a part of your competence-based curriculum. The curriculum is known as the curriculum document on customer service as a part of your for skilled worker under the subsector of departmental store. The departmental store is called the unorganized sector, like retail sector, organized retail sector. And this is called the organized retail sector, the customer service, and for the skill worker, customer service worker, the skill worker. Okay, this is particular subject, and this is called that, kind of competency skill alignment. The sector name is called that. This is for the entire summary of the whole curriculum. Entire summary of the whole curriculum. This sector name is called the organized retail sector, and subsector is called the departmental store. The occupation is called the customer service, and job title is called the customer service associate. So the position of that particular person who is going to be kind of customer service executive or customer service associate out of this particular course. Understand? Now, to become a customer service associate, that what are the job functions of these particular positions are, like, as follows. For example, to work at the front end at a retail departmental store, handling customers with the aim to ensure that completion of the purchase deals. Individual may work with some autonomy or with a team, usually under certain supervision. That is called your kind of job function of this particular customer service associate. Now, here the different tasks are being identified as well out of the job function. The different tasks are like that, assist customer in making purchase decision. Similarly, organize that, and maintain the work areas and display, ensure the prompt and action, and answer the point of sale. Similarly, these are the some of the kind of task. Similarly, each of the tasks are being subdivided in terms of unit of competencies. These are called the unit of competencies. Each of the tasks are being subdivided in terms of unit of competencies. For example, the assist customers in making purchase decision under this task. The unit of competencies are like that: to communicate effectively in the workplace, interact with the customers, advising product and services. These are called the unit of competencies. Similarly, other tasks are also subdivided in terms of unit of competencies. And each of the unit of competency again subdivided in terms of the element of competencies. For example, this communicate effectively in the workplace is being divided in terms of the established contact with the customer, colleagues, and also the employers. Communicate with the customers and also colleagues with the and also the diverse background, work as a team, and also the so read or interpret that in detailed document, and also the process information. So these are called the some of the information which termed as a element of competency. So in this particular competency alignment chart, this is called the competency alignment chart. This is called the summary of the entire document, curriculum document, which talks about the curriculum competency alignment chart for the organized retail departmental store under the customer service associate, starting with the job function, then task, then unit of competency, then element of competency, and all that. So this is called the competency alignment chart. After that, the curriculum, detailed curriculum has been started. After that, this is of the detail of the curriculum. Sector name is called that, organized retail. Subsector is called the departmental store. Name of the occupation, customer service executive. And this is the code. You need not to understand the code. Total training duration is called the 160 hours. Minimum entry qualification and eligibility age standard below 10-12 pass. Employment opportunities, wages or the departmental store or the supermarket. This is the very important aspect. Job designation, the title associate in the team member, or maybe suggested by the decided by the industry sector and council. Job descriptions are like that. Individuals trained to be for the job will be able to perform the following role in the organized retail sector or departmental store: provide product and service advice to the customers in a retail unit, guide customers and discreetly in the entire floor or the mall, organize or maintain the work areas in terms of display of the product and also the promotional material, the store or the rotate the replenish stock of product, ensure the prompt action at the point of sale, create customers awareness of the new arrivals, make customers feel and blah and blah. Similarly, the curriculum structure is that the training outcomes are like that: communicate effectively in the workplace, interact with the customer, advise on the product or service, create effective display, minimize shrinkage, follow the point of sale activity, ensure the effective and also the adequate ticket size, work effectively. Sorry. Work effectively in the retail environment, build relationship with the customers and all that. Similarly, these are called the unit codes. Unit of competency has already been mentioned in the alignment chart. Unit of competency is like the communicate effectively. These are called the communicate effectively, starting from the follow the workplace. And each of the unit competencies are being subdivided in terms of the total hours. Communicate effectively theory is 20. The demonstration is called the 2 hours. And total practice is called 8 hours. Total is 40 hours. Similarly, all the unit of competency has been divided in terms of the suitable hours. So the total hours is called the 59 for theory, and for demonstration is called the 27 hours, and practical is 24 hours. Altogether, it is coming around 160 hours. And the practical practice will involve the performance by the trainees in the work environment, preferably in the field of condition like OJT, on the job condition or the simulated condition. That is especially being mentioned over here. Similarly, each of the unit competency has been subdivided into element of competency. For example, communicate effectively in the workplace has been subdivided in terms of element of competencies. Establish contact with the customer, colleagues, and also the employers. Communicate with customers and colleagues from diverse background. Work as a team and interpret the detailed document and kind of process information. So after that, the related knowledge and skills, knowledge theory portion and the skill portion has been identified. So for this particular element of competency or the unit of competency, what are the related knowledge are being identified in terms of hours also it has been mentioned. Operation knowledge for the store policies and also the procedure with respect to the external and internal customer contact, verbal and non-verbal presentation to achieve the key result area, good and service provided by the store, location of the various units within the store, new arrivals of the multi-brands, code of conduct, knowledge of functions, procedures of operation, telephones, and also the communication equipment and all that, handling customer complaints and all that. Similarly, the practice or the skill portion is like that: operation skills and techniques like maintain cordial relationship and also the colleagues, cordial relationship with the colleagues and also the employer, listening skill, questioning skill, resolving conflict skill, negotiating skill, follow the set of pointers or the procedure for the retail service. These are some of the skills they have mentioned, and the total time distribution has also been mentioned: 20 hours for theory and also the 20 hours for kind of skill. And for each these particular things, what are the methodology of evaluation has already been identified. So these are called the assessment or evaluation tools. Which tools is applicable for this particular unit of competencies or element of competency are also being identified. For example, these are the assessment tools. That oral questions, then workplace observation, simulation workplace, workplace demonstration, written question, video recording, presentations, projection, written assignment, historical evidences, third party reports, portfolio, logbook, etc. So accordingly, it has been ticked which one is important, which one is applicable for this. Similarly, all other kind of reference books are also being mentioned over here. Reference books are also being mentioned over here. Reference books are also being mentioned. Similarly, the unit competency, second number of unit competency, interact with customers, element competency are also being subdivided and all that. So in that way, intercurriculum books are being developed. And some general guidelines we have developed. Some general guidelines we have assessment condition, we have criteria we have suggested. Competency-based training is assessed on the basis of evidences and performance demonstrated by the trainees in respect of the learning outcomes specified for each of the unit competency. The evidences of skills are obtained from observation of performance by trainees in actual simulation workplace environment. Evidence of knowledge will be obtained through the verbal or written examination or question. Each evidences will be compared with the specific performance criteria decided on the basis of the specific job or the industry requirement. And these are the some of the research requirement, list of requirements, a range of communicating equipment, a computer, barcode reader or machine accessories, electronic data interchange, electronic weight machine, billing on cash till machine, and all the other things. List of consumables also for practical examination as per grocery, clothes, or certain other items. Beside other requirements are the simulation, retail, and environment, and other things. These are some of the textbook we have suggested. So these exercise we have done as per the instruction by the Government of India long back, which is basically totally based on that particular concept of competency based approach. Competency based approach in curriculum development. Now, before closing today's session, let me give some idea regarding the critical review of the AICTE model curriculum. I already told you that in all subjects that AICTE model curriculum is also available. So some of the institute, they have already taken the AICTE model curriculum in toto. Some of the states or some of the institute, they have taken the AICTE model curriculum with a minor modification of it. Understand? So I'll be discussing over here some of the features of the AICTE model curriculum. Critical review of the AICTE model curriculum. Some of the features are like that. It talks about the reduced number of credits rather than the conventional curriculum. Induction program. It has been mentioned that introduction of induction program as a part of the newly joined teacher. Introduction of credits course on sports and yoga in first semester to include the habit of physical and also mental fitness right at the start. Well-defined learning objectives and outcomes for each course. inclusion of the course on socially relevant topics, built-in flexibility to the student in terms of programming elective and also the open elective courses. So these are the some of the salient features in the AICTE model curriculum, which are being integrated in courses. A suggestive list of open elective for all branches. It has been suggested. Open elective applicable to all branches. 2 mandatory internship to equip the student with the practical knowledge and also provide them exposure to real-time industrial environment. Further, in one of the internship option is provided to do in the internship in social sector in the government initiative, social scheme like NGOs, etc. Course on entrepreneurship and startup to encourage the entrepreneurial skills. To the extent possible, the weightage of the theory and also practical in terms of the contact hour has been balanced. A list of experiment with the objectives clearly spelled out and specified for each job. Course provision of the organization, at least one of the expert lecture per semester for each branch by inviting the resource person from domain or specific industry. So these are the some of the specific salient features of the AICTE model curriculum we talked about. The initial of the previous curriculum, it was not having. The new curriculum has been designed to better meet the needs of the industry, considering the evolving technological trends and implications for the engineering workforce. The curriculum is also expected to enhance the employability skill in every process of teaching, learning, develop well, train diploma engineers who have the knowledge and also having the skills to engineer the solution for the real world problem. Here is the definition of the credit as per the AICTE model curriculum or as per the AICTE document. 1 lecture hour per week equal to 1 credit, 1 hour theoretical hour per week equal to 1 credit. Tutorial, hour per week is 1 credit, also 1 credit. 1 hour practical class per week equal to 0.5 credit. 2 hour practical class per week equal to 1 credit. So if you have the LTP is equal to LTP 111, that means that 112 and 2.5. We have LTP equal to 112. That means total credit will be 1 plus 1, 3 kind of thing. So this is just for the definition of the credit you'll have to keep in mind. The other presentation I talked about this kind of structure that sometimes the LTP distribution was there in the structure. Depending upon this particular LTP distribution as per the definition, you'll have to find out what will be the total credit. And the range of credits as per AICTE suggestion is like that, in line with in the light of the fact that the typical model 4-year undergraduate degree program in engineering has about 160 credit, and the total number of credits proposed for the 3-year diploma program in engineering and technology is 120 credits. So you'll have to keep in mind for engineering courses, EG courses, 160 credit roughly, and also for the diploma courses, it is coming around 120 credits. Mandatory visit or workshop, it's kind of actual lecture like that. It is mandatory to arrange 1 industrial visit every semester for the student for each branch. This is the mandatory part of it. It is mandatory to conduct 1 week workshop during the winter break after 5th semester on a professional industry or entrepreneurial orientation. It is also mandatory to organize at least 1 expert lecture per semester for each branch by inviting the research person from the domain specific industry. So these are called sometimes the mandatory part where the industry person will be involved in the teaching learning process of the respective courses. Evaluation scheme, these are some of the suggestions. For theory course, the weightage for internal assessment is 40. And the end semester examination is 60. The student has to obtain at least 40% marks in individual, both in internal assessment and also the semester examination to pass it. So this is one condition for theory courses. Similarly, for practical courses, the weightage of internal assessment is 60. And for end semester examination is 40. The student has to obtain at least 40% marks in individually, both in internal assessment and also the semester examination to pass it. For summer internship, project or seminar, etc., the evaluation is based on the work done, quality of the report, performance, and also appearing in the viva voce and presentation methodology. The internal assessment is based on the student performance in mid-semester test, based out of 3 quizzes or assignment, class performance, attendance, viva voce, and also the practical lab records, etc. So these are some of the evaluation scheme as being suggested. Summer internship in 1 and 2, and summer internship 3rd and 4th. In the different week, like 4th week and 6th week duration, 2nd or 3rd credit, with having the 2nd or 2 or the 3rd credit. Minor or major project in minor project in different semesters, also having the credit like 2 and 4 credit. Mandatory audit courses in different semesters with having no non-credit. Open electives having different semester, 2 semesters, 5 and 6 is having that kind of 3 credit. Seminars is having that in the semester of 6 is having that 1 credit. This is one model curriculum. Different categories of subjects are being described and with suggested breakup of credits. For example, this is a diploma course. The different category of subjects are there and total credits are being mentioned. Humanities and social science is 8 credit. Basic science courses is 19 credits. Engineering science and courses is 15 credits. Program courses is 45 credits. Program elective course is 12 credit. Open elective course is 9 credit. Project work and seminar, internship and industry is 12 credits. And also the audit credits. Audit course is not having no credit, and altogether is 120 credits. Minor variation is always permitted as per the ICT to accommodate the local condition. So as a result of that, we have seen that many northeastern part of the state, they have accommodated that ICT model curriculum with minor modifications. Humanities and social science course, for example, total credit is 4. Total 4 number of course and total credit is 4. Total credit is 8. The total number of courses are like the communication in English, LTV distribution 200, and total credit is 2. Yoga and sports 002, total credit is 1. Communication skill in English 002, total credit is 1. Entrepreneurship and startup 310 means the 4. I mean the total is 8 credit. Basic science course, the total credit is 9. That mathematics, then applied physics, the applied chemistry, applied physics lab, chemistry lab, mathematics, applied physics lab, applied physics 2, applied physics 2 lab, and total number of courses is 8, and total number of credit equal to 19, and it is to be covered in the semester of here. For example, this particular humanities and course, They are to be covered in the semester 1 and the semester 6. Here, these particular things, basic science course, they are semester to be covered in semester 1 and 2. And this number of engineering science and course, total credit is 8, and total course is 8, and total credit is 15, and this to be covered in the semester of first and second, and total credit is 15 as already mentioned, and the name of the subject is like that: engineering graphics, engineering workshop practice, introduction to IT, fundamentals of electrical electronics, engineering mathematics, on engineering mechanics, introduction to IT system, fundamentals of electrical electronics, engineering mechanics, and all that. Number of program course. This subject specific course, the total credit should be 40 to 50. Total number of course to be decided by within range of 20 to 30. This is called the subject specific. That's why it is not being given. Program course. This is related to the branch of specialization. Total credit will be 40 to 50, and this to be covered basically third and fourth, basically second, third, and fourth semester. Second, third, and fourth, fifth semester. Elective courses that is to be covered in the maximum in fifth and sixth semester. Total credit will be the 12 to 16, and total number of courses will be the 4 to 6. Similarly, there should be the number of open elective courses. Total number should be the 3 to 4, and total credit would be 9 to 12. 9 to 12. These are called mini project and major project, and internship, and also the summer 2 internship, also mini project and minor project, and including the seminar. Okay, and different semester it has been allocated: semester 4, 5, 6, and 6. Total credit will be the 12. Total credit will be the 12. And even the summer internship and summer internship 1 and 2 are also being suggested that what will be the duration: 3 to 4 weeks duration. These are called mandatory but non-credit course. Environmental science, Indian knowledge and tradition, Indian constitution. These are called the mandatory course, but no credits are being allocated over here. Mandatory program, induction program. Induction program for the student to be organized right at the start of the first program, and as a result of that, many engineering colleges, polytechnic, they are starting that mandatory induction program before starting the academic session. And the activities are suggested. The 2 weeks duration activities are suggested: physical activity, creative art activities, universal human values, literacy, proficiency, or modules kind of things which are being suggested. Okay. This is one example of another for a specific studies in a specific branches: mathematics, physics, chemistry, and all that. Civil engineering, for example, civil engineering core subjects are being described over here, and basically 4 subjects are being covered in the semester third onwards. The core subject are, these are called the civil engineering, example of the civil engineering. elective 1, elective 2. Elective 3 and elective 4. Program core. Program core and their credits are also being mentioned over here. This is the example of the civil engineering. I think I need not to discuss more. You just go to the civil engineering model curriculum of the ICT, you will find out this. This is the semester-wise distribution of various subjects. Okay. So this is one model curriculum of civil engineering subject as per the ICT guidelines. And similarly, you will find out the majority of the subjects are there with major specialization. You just depending upon your requirement. You can download it and you can implement it. And as already mentioned, it that there is always certain options are there. You can highlight it or you can deviate it from the 1 to 5% depending upon the local requirement or as per the suitability of the local requirement. So with this, thank you very much from my side for today's session. Again, tomorrow we shall meet. If you have any question before closing, we can have 5 minutes for discussion. And PowerPoint presentation and material will be given to all of you.
Sir, as per local requirement means?
Local requirement means that, for example, in some of the states like, Meghalaya, or maybe there's some of the states like Nagaland. So they do not have certain kind of facilities, understand? Lab facilities and other kind of facilities. So depending upon their local availability, some of the courses can be, some of the subject can be modified. That means that maybe the 5% course may be modified to as per their suitability. That is
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we can now conclude the session. Arpan?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other things to do today?
No.
So we can
link is sent to them and quiz link is also on, so they can submit it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.